So this is the new LYNEC C2 model, and what I have here is the original LYNEC Air Mouse, the infamous model with the OP down on the bottom. I've had this for a while though, and this actually has been my #1 go-to Air Mouse. I've gotten others since then, including Minix and Re, but this has always been the one I have gone to, mainly because it's small, it's lightweight, and #1, when I have the Air Mouse on, as soon as I flip it over, it locks the mouse in place, and that apparently is a very rare attribute. This does the same thing, but not quite as immediate. As soon as I turn this over, the mouse pretty much will like travel a little bit but stop. With this one, when I turn it over, the mouse will actually travel pretty much to the edge of the screen before stopping altogether. So in other words, this is replacing the original LYNEC. However, it's not a 100% awesome sauce upgrade. There are a few things I'm not 100% sold on, and I'll point them out. But overall, it does offer functionality and features that the original doesn't, along with having the OMP in the right place. Yeah, I didn't really mind it that much, but it's nice to actually have it in the right place. Now, one of the things though I don't care for is, you notice how the FN special characters, FN functions, all the shift characters, what have you, they're in this off blue, which is actually really difficult to see in low lighting. And if you're in darkness with like just the TV screen glare, forget about it. And since it's not in traditional placements, you kind of have to see. So I'm not a fan of that. It's like I have to appear. It's like, okay, where's the ampersand? Okay, it's up there. So I'm not entirely a fan of that, whereas this, it was a lot easier to see. As you can see, it's in white. So I knew exactly where I was going, FN ampersand. There you go. Also take note, and this isn't a hit, but this is just something you need to take note. This only goes from F1 to F10. It does not have a F11 or F12. None of these Air Mouses that I've used actually went up to F11, F12. You probably have to get a touchpad keypad or something like that to get those F buttons. I make note of that simply because the Amazon Kindle reading app actually uses F11 to switch between full screen and window, and this doesn't have it, but none of them do. But off color, the shape, why did they decide to go on angled? I mean, I've had one that had similar angled edges that was incredibly uncomfortable to hold. The edges and the corners just dug into my skin. This one is nowhere as bad as that. It is still comfortable. Comfortable enough. I've been using it quite a bit with a new Windows 10 streaming box, and I have been using it, and I like it well enough to replace those altogether, but I still have to comment, stop making hand remotes with angled edges. Keep with the rounded edges. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't add anything to the ergonomics. But it's comfortable enough, and I do happen to like the fact that it has the keypad over here. So, for instance, with my Kindle reading app, I can sit here and just click the button to change pages. I don't have to choke down onto here or what have you, and I can, the mouse is off to the side, locked in position. So I like that. And this also has full media controls, whereas the original LYNEC here didn't. It had volume, but that was it. This actually has full media controls, and it seems to work with media apps. Not cloud players. Amazon Prime Music, the various controls, play, pause, and the whole 9 yards, they all work in the actual music app, but when I was playing music from the cloud player, it didn't. So it's all going to depend on the software application you're using. Plus, this does have remote learning. These are your IR remote learning buttons here. And I did successfully set this to my TV's on-off button. So that I rarely have success with the IR learning thing. This one I did. It was the only button I could get it to learn, but just the fact I got it to learn is 100% improvement over any other IR learning device I've ever used. Like I said, I've had really bad luck with that sort of thing. So all in all, it offers a nice layout. You got your little gamepad if you want to use it with the joystick, so you can use it as a gamepad joystick. It's got air mounts. And it does lock. It just likes to travel first before it finally lock in position. Media controls, nice clicky responsive buttons. All in all, I like it well enough to say yes, this is a good upgrade over the original OP model, but it's just not 100%. Things I would change would be, well, 3 aspects. Once again, make the locking much faster when I turn it over. Do something with the color scheme that decided on here with this light blue. Really hard to see in dim lighting. And completely get rid of the angled edges. Make it rounded. But there you have it. You guys have yourself a great one.